Hey guys, Sean here. This is a little bit later than I intended on getting the next video out, but Thursday night I just was super tired and didn't feel like recording, and I thought it might be better to push recording to Sundays where I might have more, where I would have more, definitely more time than after work on Thursdays, and start putting videos out on Monday. But then yesterday I didn't really feel like recording either. Once I sat down on the couch and started stitching, and that's kind of where I spent my day. We're still watching Olympics. Because we didn't really get to watch much while it was going on, but the NBC Sports app still has all of it. So we finally got through the swimming, we got through the diving, which frustrated, especially the women's 10-meter platform. It frustrates me how, like, I know China is good at diving, but the judges seem to just favor China, and the women's 10-meter, the scoring was just really unbalanced. But we watched through that, and we started watching. We got through the gymnastics. That's more my wife's thing than mine, but we got through it. She's actually upstairs watching rhythmic gymnastics right now. But we started. What's been nice, NBC Sports app keeping all of this up so far past the Olympics, is we're now getting to watch things that we never get to watch, and try things that we never get to. Normally we get through swimming, gymnastics, and diving, and we're lucky to get through that on the Summer Olympics. But we're not much interested in the track and field and stuff. But sports climbing was introduced this year. We watched that. We loved that. We spent all day yesterday watching archery. We've never watched that before, and just fell in love with that too. So it's been, and we also started watching the Paralympics last night. Watching some of the swimming of the Paralympics, and that's just this is the first time we've gotten to watch the Paralympics too. So, and that is just amazing. Just the ability of some of these people who you wouldn't think would be able to compete in some of these sports. Sorry, there's a little fruit fly flying up here, and got it. But yeah, just the ability of some of these Paralympic athletes that you wouldn't think would have the ability to do this stuff, and it's. We watched this swimmer last night. I forget what country it was from. Argentina. It was Argentina. I think it was Brazil. It was Brazil. It was and it was the 100-meter backstroke. The guy had no arms. He won silver in the 100-meter backstroke with no arms. People with arms who can do a full backstroke, he just way outpaced them. Oh my God. I can never film down here without noise from the cats. And they're going to fight right now. Anyway, it was just amazing and astounding. And there's just no quit in them. And there's nothing, nobody's telling these people, nobody can tell these people you can't do this, because they can. And they're going to show you that they can do it. And then I look at myself, who sits on my lazy ass and doesn't do anything, and it kind of puts perspective on things too. And why am I so out of shape? And when I have, I have a treadmill right there that I don't ever use. My wife uses it every day. My wife uses it, so that's one of my. I'm over the next month, I'm getting my ass back on that thing and getting. I was going to anyway, but just watching these Paralympic athletes who don't let anything stand in their way. It's inspiring. But yeah, that's that was yesterday, so I didn't get any filming done yesterday. And tomorrow night I'm definitely going to be gone for a little bit, and I may be gone longer. There's this one of the community theaters that I've done stuff with is doing a work kind of a class on how to do sound for theater, because they got a whole new sound system and they need people to be able to run it. And I don't know if I'm ready to step back into that kind of thing yet or not, but I thought maybe I might go just to learn. But it's 4 hours. It's 6 to 10 tomorrow night, and I just don't know if I'm gonna feel up to doing 4 hours. And when even in sound and lighting is more my interest than sound is, and they're gonna do a lighting one too. And I'm just not with the current pandemic situation too, and I'm just kind of not comfortable being around people again. I was starting to get comfortable being around people again, but then all the Delta stuff started happening, and I'm just not comfortable being around people again, because I'm doing the right thing, but I can't trust that everybody else is. So anyway, that's my woes. But I have worked on a lot of stuff this week, or almost week and a half at this point. So I have my OneNote here, but that's just, I don't know why I look at that, because I don't go in that order. I don't know if I'm going to get the pictures of where I was last time in this time, just because I don't know if I'm going to feel, I don't know if I'm going to have the time or feel like doing the editing required to put those pictures in tonight. So I'm not going to say here's where I was last time. If it's there, awesome. If not, it's just gonna be like my old, I've only ever done one video like that anyway. So but let's get into it. I have a bunch of stitching to show. I have a little bit of haul to show. I have, I'm gonna do a little bit of movies. So this isn't like a movie length Flosstube. Let's get into it. So I'm just going to go and order my pile. This was the spin for today on Arbitrary August. Got one more day left, or as you're seeing this, it would be as this video is going up, it's the last day of Arbitrary August. But I noticed I had a few whips in my whip spin wheel that just weren't coming up. Some had come up a couple of times, and one that I had a few that just hadn't come up yet, so I took those and put them on their own wheel, and I wanted to make sure that those whips got touched this month. So this is my Sunset in Venice. Artwork is by Dominic Davison, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is on 25 count even weave, or this is Lugana actually. I don't remember the pattern, the die pattern. I turned off auto rotate. This is what it'll look like when it's done. This is where I'm at on it. I'm close to a page finish on this. I was hoping to do this to get the page finish today, and I'll still probably put a little bit more work into it tonight yet, but I ended up with a busier day at work than I thought I was going to have, especially in the afternoon. So I got some filled in down here, and I started a little bit up here too. But I started this only a couple months after I started the Outer Frontier, and I only have this much done if I move the needle minder. This needle minder was from Mad for Minders on Etsy. And this isn't even a case like It's About Time, where if I took this and put it down here, I still wouldn't be done with the page. I have the max color of this, so it's 150 colors, and especially in this area, it's so confetti heavy that it just ends up being a slog. And because this is only the second Haid that I started, I've been all over the place in how I'm stitching it. So you can see that I'm just, from when I was just doing straight up cross country, I have just random ninja stitches here and there, and it's just a slog right now. I want to get this page finished and get into a more stylized way of stitching this, so that maybe it won't feel like such a slog to work on, because I love the artwork. Oh, hello, Ollie. I'm going to keep this one out because I'm going to take that upstairs. What just fell? That just fell. Of course it did. All right, we'll put it right here. So the next is the hanged tree. Yeah, that's what this is. If I put the pictures in, it'll be here of what it was last time, but I honestly don't think I'm going to get to it tonight. It's artwork by Chris Ortega, Heaven and Earth Designs, and that was a sneak peek at later in the video. So, hangs tree. And I didn't get much more done on this. I think last time I had started like filling in just like one color in here, kind of cross country, and I just started filling in a little bit and feathering over into the next page. And that's all I've gotten done on that. Next is Fly Away, artwork by Jessica Elaine, Heaven and Earth Designs. This is what it'll look like when it's done. And what did I do on this? Oh, I started, I think I had that done last time. I think I just started working on 939 in here and just started stitching some 939. It was a arbitrary August spin, so I probably got 150 stitches into it. That one goes down here. Next is It's About Time. Cyril Marchetti, Heaven and Earth Designs. What it'll look like when it's done. And this is where I'm at on it. The last time I had done this and filled in this center, I started filling in the page here. Is what I've been going kind of working diagonally. I want to get this page finished. This one and Sunset, I think I'm going to try and focus on getting page finishes in the first part of September, but I'll talk about September plans later. Next is Mermaid. This was today as I'm filming this, my Instagram post this morning, Sunday's arbitrary August spin. Where did it go? This will look like when it's done. And this is where I'm at with it. And I was working in a diagonal this way, over in this corner, starting to feather over into that next page. And I got a little bit filled in right here too. Next, we have Simply Meant to Be. This is artwork by Cherie Gerhardt, Heaven and Earth Designs. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas piece. This is what it'll look like when it's done. You can't see it well in the mock-up, but Oogie Boogie there's a silhouette of Oogie Boogie in the moon there, and then you have Jack and Sally and Zero. And this is where I am at with it. What I did was a bunch of 3865. I got filled into the diagonal that I have going here. Yeah, right in here. I got a bunch of white filled in. It doesn't look like. Why does it look thinner than everything else? I definitely stitched it. Yeah. And then I started this going into the bottom half of that diagonal and figure I'll finish this page out and then go up here and do this page because I'm not doing that kind of diagonal stitching anymore. This was after I had done the super long diagonal on Outer Frontier. I thought I would do the same thing with Simply Meant to Be, since I wasn't as far on Simply Meant to Be. I had only gotten a page finished, so I did a diagonal there, and I was going to go up and complete it there, and then work towards that diagonal. And I've changed. It changed my mind on it. So that is that. QS Arthur. I put some work into this. This is Linda Ravenscroft, Heaven and Earth Designs. This is a quick stitch. Quick stitch that's taken me so far 3 years. But what I did is I got some filled in of the background here. Pulled down. I got this thing completed right here, and then some background done. I could finish this in the first half of next year if I really buckled down on it. Next is Rainy Waterloo Place. See, he thinks it's time for dinner. That's why he's down here meowing at me and bugging me. It's not time for dinner. He's got an hour and a half before it's time for dinner. But he starts bugging about 2.5 hours before it's actually time for dinner. Yeah, you do. This is what it'll look like when it's finished. And this is where I'm at with it. I started working towards the edge of the page over here. Only got about 200 or so stitches into that, maybe 150. It's very light colors, 3770, and it can be hard to see sometimes. And the day it came up on the spin just wasn't a good day for headache and eyesight to work on light colors like that. I should have just moved the Q-snap into a darker area, but I had a way I was going, and nothing was going to deter me from that. What's next? Quarantine Cats. This is what it'll look like when it's finished. And here is where I'm at with it. I filled in a bunch of the dark 939 and 310 that's in this area. And started working over here a little bit too, I think. I really would like to put some more work into this. I enjoy this one, but I just don't pick it up as often as I would like, because I don't know. I don't always feel like it again, like Sunset in Venice, it's very confetti heavy where I'm at right now. This isn't a max color, it's just a very confetti heavy area. And some days I just don't feel like switching colors, or where I'm sitting at upstairs isn't conducive for switching out colors a lot, because my floss is all, I have a two-sided container here, and you can see I've got it, well, you can't see that because that's on it, but you can see I've got labeled what is in this one, and then I've got two more smaller ones for the rest of it. So sometimes it's just not convenient to grab those and switch out floss a bunch, so it's easier to do blocks of color sometimes, depending on where I'm sitting at upstairs. And next is In This Moment. This is what it'll look like when it's done. This is another one I'd like to work on more because I do love it. And this is where I am at with it. And just put some work in up in here. Kind of went from here and filled in some that way. Next is Stolen Harvest. This one's going to be super exciting to look at. Actually, it kind of is. So here's what it'll look like when it's done. And here is where I'm at with it. The last time you saw it, I had this diagonal here started right here. And last thing I had done was come down this way some and start finding some areas where it wouldn't be 310. I filled in a bunch of 310 down this way. You can see I started feathering over into the next page. And right there, those couple stitches right there will not be 310. So as we get into this area, I'm going to fill in the 310 here, but then this got a nice chunk right here that's going to be some grays, and that's going to be nice to not stitch black. I'm kind of excited to get to that area. So again, there's, I'm just stitching blocks of 310, and it went pretty quick. After working on the cryptid Sal, I didn't mind just sitting and working on 310. It was actually kind of put me in the mood just to knock out some blocks of 310. Next is Humble Heart. This artwork is, I'm gonna have to, can I pull up? No, this is one of the ones that won't let me pull up the PDF. I'll pull it up on my computer to tell you the artwork. Heaven Art Designs. Humble Heart. Cindy Matyi. Matyi. This is what it'll look like when it's finished. I don't think I've shown this one this year. Maybe once in a whip parade or something. And, but this is where I'm at with it. Previously, I had just most of this block done. It was kind of blank right here, so I filled in some here, and then I started filling in this way. And you can see kind of what I'm doing here. You'll be able to see it better when I get to Gallery of Learning, and I'll explain it better when I get to Gallery of Learning. But I'm trying something. I'm trying another different way, and so far I really like it. It kind of end up combining everything I've tried, and I'm zeroing in on I think a way to do this, and that puts together a couple of different things I like to do. Next is Castle Wolves, and here it is. Don't open the chart. This is what it'll look like when it's done. This is where I'm at with it. And again, not a ton, just like 100, 150 stitches. I think it came up again on the wheel. But I just started working some this way. Not a ton. This one will go down. No, this one was up here. I need project bags. I'm working on it. This one I have to take off the Q-snap. I got it all positioned for the next bit, and then I didn't work on it at all this weekend. But this is the Cryptid Sal. I've got some really good progress into this. This is on 32 count Belfast linen vintage blue whisper, I think is the. But yeah, I got last time I didn't have the word. I was just had this part of the top, and I think I was maybe this far down on the frame, on this side of the frame. But I finished this side of the frame, finished the top, and I'm now working down the other side. But I'm definitely, the first cryptid's going to go right in this area. I always do that, and I'm like, oh, I'm flipping them off. Nice, that's real nice, Sean. Yeah, first cryptid's going to go up in this area, so I'm definitely in good position for Friday when the first cryptid comes out. And as long as I can keep up with the cryptids themselves, the frame I can finish up in. There's weeks where won't be releasing a cryptid, and they're like catch-up weeks. So during one of those catch-up weeks in a month, and there's like a 2-week catch-up period for the holidays, Christmas, New Year's, that 2 weeks she's not releasing one. So I'll definitely be able to get the frame done. As long as I can keep up with the cryptids, I should still be in pretty good position to finish it in the time frame, which would be really cool. Next is the Outer Frontier, and I have to take this one off the Q-Snap too, because I put a lot of work into this, like probably 1,500 or more stitches into this week. I had a night where I put over 900 stitches into it. I was flying on it, and like it wasn't like an all day thing either. Like I probably started in late afternoon, and then I had a period of time where I had dinner and was just watching some TV, and then I picked it back up, and by the time I finished at night, I looked at it and I was like 967 or some stitches into it, and it wasn't the only thing I stitched on that day, because I had done my wheel spin that day too. It was crazy. I was flying on this. So I probably, if I'd have kept going, like if I hadn't taken the time, to watch a little bit of TV and stuff, I probably would have gotten 1,200 stitches in this day. Okay, so most of these, if you've been watching my channel steadily, you know what these look like. But here's what it'll look like when it's done. Here is where I am at with it. Long view, and I'm going to close in on where I worked. I finished. Let's fold you this way. I finished this page. So top of her head, there, as you can see here, that's the back of her head. And then I went down here and I'm filling in this area. So I've got a bunch of work fit in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this page, and then I'm going to finish this page that I was working on, and then I will have a diagonal of completed pages. I'll have this one, that one, that one, and that one. That'll be a diagonal of completed pages. Then I'll go back up here and I'll finish off this page, and I'll start working pages diagonally on this. Yeah, I've put a ton of work into this this week, and I'd like to make this a focus. I am at come on, Pattern Keeper. I'm at 73,168 stitches. I would like to get, by the end of the year on this, I would like to get as close to 100,000 stitches in on this, completed on this. Not 100,000 stitches completed that I've stitched this year, just 100,000 of the 286,000 stitches that this has. If I can get close to 100,000 stitches completed on this by the end of the year, I'll be in a really good position, hopefully, to finish it in 2023, early 2023. And that would be awesome. I'd love to finish it next year, but I don't see it happening. But yeah. So this is going to be a focus, but like I said, I have some plans next month, so yeah, it's not going to get like all my attention. All right. If you heard that, that was the cats chasing each other up the stairs through the cat door. One more whip, and then I've got some haul to show, plans to talk about, and some movies to review, and a little bit of book talk. And some non-Stitchy Haul, too, I want to show, because I'm excited about it. This is Gallery of Learning. I've put a bunch of work into this, too. Not as much as Outer Frontier, but you'll see. Probably 800 stitches or so, maybe. So this is what it'll look like when it's done. And I'm up there in, that top page corner. Oh, shit. A bunch of magnets just went together. Okay. Those two can stay together. This is where I'm at. So last time I just had, I had probably up to about here done, and I had done a couple diagonals and started working this one. So here's what I'm doing, what I'm trying now is working, like at the top it would be 150 to take a diagonal and then go into the first half of a 100 square down, so you can kind of see it better here because I started filling this one in. So 150 at the top of the page down, and then this one right here is 100 to go feather into that next page. So but from there, once I get that done, then it's 100 stitch, then I can work in 100 stitch blocks, which has always intrigued me, but I don't like working in the squares for some reason. I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like doing the squares, but I do like working in the diagonal, and I realize that I like working in the top left to bottom right diagonal. So I figured out if I work 100 stitch squares, 100 stitch diagonals, that feathers me down into the next row. So I get this kind of jagged shark tooth thing like that. It would show a little bit better if I hadn't started filling in this one. But when I do, that'll work down into, you can kind of see there's a long line here where I filled in 100 that way, and then I'll fill in 100 that way, and that'll create another one that'll fill in 100 this way, and 100 this way, and then that 100, this one will actually be probably that. Let me look at my chart if I remember right. Yeah, what I'll do here is I'll go 150 and I'll feather into the next page over. But for the most part, it's 100 stitch blocks, but they're in a diagonal formation. So I'm always feathering down and feathering over when I get to a page. And when I get down to the bottom of this page, it'll feather down into that next page. You can see I kind of had the concept of it here when I was going the long diagonal. But then, like I said, I'm working in smaller chunks, and so far I'm really liking it. We'll see. I've only been doing it for a day or two, so we'll see if it holds. But so far, I like it. You stop. So that is all the whips I have to show. I do have some haul that just came in today, which was another good reason to wait to film. because I knew I had a couple things coming. So this I got from 123 Stitch. This is a 40 count vintage country mocha. Newcastle vintage country mocha Newcastle linen, half a yard, 40 count from Zweigart. And this I bought for Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. I finally bought my new fabric for Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. I'm going to try it on 40 count. I've been seeing that you should go 1/1 on 40 count. I don't know. I might do a test patch 1/1 and 2/. Sorry, not 1/1. 1/2. Use one strand on 40 count over 2 instead of 2 strands over 2. I don't know. I might do a little test patch and see which I like better. But because over 2 it ends up being a 20 count, and I don't know, it might look all right. I'm looking at it, but I'll probably do a test patch just to see. But it's been a year since my failed attempt at Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, and I love that chart, and I want to get started on it. So I'm going to. Finally bought my fabric. I got a pattern. I got the Halloween Quaker pattern from Lila's Studio, which I did not realize before I bought this. I bought this off of I had an alert set because it was out of stock, and I had an alert set to let me know when it was back in stock, and I jumped on it when it came back in stock because I really like it and I would like to do it. And I did not know that she sells this PDF version in her Etsy shop, and I found out after I had ordered the physical one. So, but I'm gonna soon get some stuff ordered for that. I kind of have a fabric in mind that I saw on Fire Poppies, and I kind of was waiting to see if I like I want to see if I like the 40 count. On Halloween and Hawk Run Hollow before I ordered, because if I like the 40 count, I'm gonna probably order 40 count for that, or I might try a 36 count on that, and try out 2 different things. But guys, I got my first project bag. It just came today. I haven't taken it out of the cellophane yet, so let's do that. I got this from So Much to Love on Etsy. It comes in a thing. It says handmade with love. So Much to Love, and a thank you sticker. And let's see, this is the project bag. Cats sitting at the theater, and I think I'm going to use this for quarantine cats. I thought this would be a great bag for quarantine cats. Little heart zipper pull. It's nice quilted. There's what the inside looks like, paw prints and hearts. That's awesome. Yeah, I really like this. And let's see. Let's give it a test. Fits an 8x8 Q-snap just nicely. Fits right in there. Because 8x8 is the size I use Q-snap, and that's the only size of Q-snap I use. I don't go 11x8 or anything else or anything bigger, because it's a nice size to hold in my hand while I'm sitting watching TV and stitching. So all my Q-snaps are 8x8. And we got some goodies in a little bag too that she sent with it. So let's see what we got. See a little unboxing from me too. Okay, a little thing about the project bags, my invoice, and a blueberry superfruit tea. That's cool. I'll probably give this to my wife. I'm not a big blueberry tea person, but she'll love it. Oh my God, guys. I think that's just going to be a common thing when I'm filming, is them being crazy and fighting, and so it'll just be, oh, it's one of Sean's videos. Their cats are fighting. Okay, so September plans. September is my birthday month. 29th of September, I will turn 44 years old. Yeah. So I am going to have some new starts next month. I was kind of thinking I might do one new start a week. I'm not going to do like a birthday hashtag or anything like that, because I know Sarah from Stitching Mommy, she's turning 40 this year, and she's doing a big birthday stitch along for her 40th birthday, and I'm not going to step on that or anything, but I am going to do some new starts. So Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, it's going to be one of them, and I might not wait till September 1st, which has this videos going up as tomorrow. I may start it tonight as you're seeing this, especially if I don't go to the sound workshop. I will probably get, because my wife will be at rehearsal and I'll have the house to myself, and it'll be a nice time to get started on that. But I'm going to do Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. My plan was to maybe get Halloween Quaker started. I have a bunch of stuff on that container right now, so I'm not pulling that out. I'm thinking I might start, because I have the fabric, I have almost all the floss. The only thing I'm missing is a couple of Krennics for Mirabilia's. I have all the beads. Mirabilia's Raven Queen. I've had it pretty much fully kitted up for a year. I just got one of the fancy flosses that I was missing. So I'm only missing two things of Krennic for it. I've had the fabric for a year. I've had this almost all kitted up because I started buying the stuff the same time as I was kitting up Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, and I have never started it because I'm intimidated by it. I'm the person who dove right into Heaven and Earth Designs. Like I did and I didn't even fully finish. And I didn't even finish the back stitching on the small kit I had bought to see if I liked stitching. I said I got through all the regular stitching on it. Started the back stitching a little bit. Went, okay, I like doing cross stitch. I want to dive into full coverage. I want to dive into what I really want to do. And then that's when I started the Audrey piece. I got that off of Venice shop. And then I realized I liked doing the full coverage, but that one was a black and white grayscale piece, so I needed some color in my life too. So I dove right into Heaven and Earth Designs. No hesitation, I just dove right in. But the Mirabilia intimidates me a little bit, partially because of the beading. Partially because I hear different things about doing the skin. A lot of people say to do the skin 1/1, and other people just do it the way it's charted, 2/1. I've never done the fractional other than my attempt to do half stitch on full coverage, which I didn't like doing. I haven't messed with fractional stitches too much. I think this does a bit of blending. If I remember, it's either that or the Edgar Allan Poe piece I have that does some blending. I don't remember which. I feel like it would be Mira though. So I've never done that. And I don't know how to work with the chart. So if you don't do Mirabilias, it comes with this really nice folded up chart, and Mirabilias are like, people collect these, and you don't want to. I don't want to mark up the chart, because if I ever want to sell it or give it away, I need it to not be marked up with my progress and stuff. So I don't know how to go about a working copy. I tried once to use my copier, my printer copier, and make a copy of a section, but it didn't come out well. Maybe I was low on ink, or maybe because I tried to blow it up a little bit that made it indecipherable. I've taken a picture of a section in Pattern Keeper, and I don't like how that looks. It just fades out some of the symbols. And so people who stitch mirrors, my question to you, if you've made it this far in the video, how do you do your working copies? Because I would like to start. I love Raven Queen. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of it. In case you're watching and you don't know what it looks like. That is what it looks like. I know Jessie at Jessie Marie Does Stuff is working on it right now, but I don't know if she watches my videos. So, Jessie, if you do watch my videos, how are you doing your working copy? And what other question for Jessie, if you're watching, or other mirror stitchers, is why do you do 1/1 on the skin versus 2/1? Because I want to make the right decision there. So anyway, there's that. I pre-ordered the Moonlight Sampler from the Blue Flower for Expo, so I'm waiting to hear on shipping on that. I'm sure it's gonna be a bit. Fire Poppy's probably had a lot of stuff to pre-order for people, and I got to get the orders together. And I'm patient. I have fabric. I still have a piece of 25 count Lugana Stormy Clouds to start another full coverage piece. So there's things I have that I want to start. I have a couple charts here. I have this chart here that I'd like to start. This is from Courtney Collection. I have the Master and the Macabre from Cricket Collection that I'd like to start. So I have some things. I've been downloading the Alice in Wonderland Sal from Owl Forest Embroidery, and I actually would like to order the materials for it from them. I've been downloading the 3-color version because I like the 3-color version because it reminds me of this old video game called American McGee's Alice. So it just reminds me of a darker version of Alice in Wonderland. I really like that. So those are my plans for September. Just celebrating my birthday month with some starts. Not that I need to start more things, but my birthday last year was during COVID. I'm not a big, I like to just have like 1 or 2 close friends over. Last year it was just me and my wife, which is fine. I love my wife. So we watched a movie and got dinner, picked up carry out for dinner, and we watched a movie, and we watched Portrait of a Lady on Fire, which was fantastic. I loved it. And speaking of movies, I'm at almost the 50-minute mark, so I'm gonna push. I'm gonna sans the movie reviews this time, and we will hit them in the next video. But yeah, so that is what I'm thinking about for what I was saying is, I just want to celebrate my birthday with some new starts, and because my wife is gonna be in Tech Week for the play she's doing that week. So I took my birthday's on Wednesday the 29th, and I took the Tuesday and Thursday off as well from work. So I took those 3 days off from work, and I'm just going to sit and watch movies and stitch. And, my wife's got rehearsal, so I'm pretty much on my own all 3 of those days. I'm pretty much on my own. I do have a friend, a real, in real life friend. You imagine that I have an actual friend. Who when we went, I mentioned in a previous video that we had gone to see a production of Macbeth, and I have a friend who's in it, who's one of my best friends, and I haven't gotten to see her a lot because of COVID and stuff, and she's always been like a little sister to me, and I miss her, and so she's been following my Instagram and my stitching updates, and she's wanting to get back into stitching because she used to do it all the time. So, I gotta check in with her, but she's planning on getting a cross stitch kit, or I sent her a bunch of resources on where to get other patterns at if you didn't want to do a kit and you've wanted to find something you liked and kit it up yourself. But maybe I might be able to get her to come over and we just sit and stitch and talk and watch movies. That would be really cool. And that's what we talked about doing some stitchy nights. Especially my wife is at rehearsal and she can just come over and we can stitch and not just have my wife said you guys can have introvert nights. just sit and stitch and not talk. So yeah, and that would, if that was able to make that happen, that'd be cool. But yeah, just some new starts gives me a little bit more to look forward to for my birthday month. So anyway, this has gone on longer than I did have I said I had some non-stitchy haul that I wanted to show because I was excited about it. So this literally hit my doorstep as I was about to come downstairs to film. So I've been thinking, I love music. I've been listening, and I apologize to some of the Flosstubers I watch because I'm behind on your videos because I've been listening to music more than I've been watching Flosstube while I stitch lately and watching Olympics while I stitch. But I've been really, I love music and I got away from it for too long. But now there's no CD players in cars anymore and everything's digital, and yes, I have Spotify and stuff, but I miss that physical CD. I miss that physical media. I do collect vinyl, but I don't always listen to my vinyl. The record player is in another part of the room, and we listen to vinyl when we play board games. And that's cool. I love putting the records on and playing board games, but it's not convenient, and the records are $20-$30 a piece. It's not convenient for like everyday listening, or more casual listening. So I wanted a CD player again, because I have hundreds of CDs, and they never get touched because I don't have a CD player anymore. The last little one I had broke, and I have never purchased a new one because I didn't have a CD player in my car anymore, because cars don't come with CD players anymore. And buying physical media supports the artist better than streaming. The artists get like fractions of a cent for each stream, whereas they get to pocket more of the money on a physical media purchase than they do even a digital purchase. And there's different. I listen to a lot of heavy metal. You wouldn't think it looking at me, but I'm very big into heavy metal. It's probably my favorite genre. I like everything from Broadway to the Beatles to Bruce Springsteen, to Metallica, and even heavier metal. I've been getting more into death metal lately, and symphonic, and I love symphonic metal and metal and hard rock. That's my happy place. But I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, so to purchase digital music, some of it I can purchase on Bandcamp and not feed the Amazon machine, because I feed the Amazon machine far too much, and I would like to do that a little less, but it's convenient, and they deliver in 1 to 2 days, sometimes same day. But I hate the Amazon Music app. I absolutely hate the Amazon Music app. And it's like, okay, did I purchase this album on Bandcamp, or did I purchase this on the Amazon Music? Is this available on Bandcamp? Do I have to purchase this on the Amazon Music app? And Google Play Music, because I'm an Android user, Google Play Music is gone. There's no more Google Play Music. They turn that into YouTube Music. So there's not a Google Play app on my phone anymore, on my new phone, that I can just load all my music onto my phone and have one app that I can play everything from. So it's annoying, and I miss CDs, and I miss physical. I miss physical music. So I bought a little CD player. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. Like I said, it just came, and I bought the new CD of my favorite band, Epica. This is a symphonic metal band. If you haven't heard them, think of Evanescence. If you know Nightwish, they're more like Nightwish than Evanescence, but more people seem to know Evanescence than Nightwish. They're like Evanescence, but much better. But they're definitely more like Nightwish. It's symphonic metal. And I love Nightwish, but I love Epica more. Epica's my favorite band right now. So this is their new album, Omega, which I have the vinyl of. But to listen to it, I end up pulling it up on Spotify, because it's not always convenient to listen to the vinyl. So that is my non-stitchy haul. And I have some more CDs coming, and what I need to do is start going through my hundreds of CDs that are in the unfinished part of the basement, and going through and figuring out what I want to keep and what can go. What can go to Salvation Army or other homes, so that I can start building up a collection of what I'm really into right now. I'll keep my Broadway stuff. A lot of the country stuff may go, because I really don't listen to country anymore. A lot of the 90s alternative might go, because I really don't listen to much of that anymore. Anything nostalgic that makes me feel 17 again, I'll definitely keep. But anyway, that's my video today. I will, since this went on so long, I will do some movie reviews in the next video. I don't know if these are going to consistently be on Tuesdays. I would like to get a consistent day. I just don't know what's going to be a consistent day for me to be able to film and feel like filming. So we'll see. But I am going to try to get things out no later than a week and a half apart. So anyway, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you stick around, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell notification so you know when I post new videos. Thank you to all my subscribers and viewers. I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments how your week's been, what you've been working on, what you've been listening to, what you've been watching, and just anything you want to tell me. I love talking to you guys in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one.